I fixed that now. I've managed to get sound of me talking. So let me just give me 1 second to set myself up, and then I should do my
And
presentation.
when you're getting yourself set up, actually, and then we can just do the intros and get straight on it because it
Yeah.
is a big topic. For those that haven't been in our room before, you're so welcome. And the one thing, just on what you're actually saying there, folks, if you haven't done any kind of personal development or any kind of mindset, or you've maybe dabbled in bits and pieces, free webinars and reading books and stuff, there is what we call an abundance of a group of natural universal laws. And what that simply means is they're not man made, they weren't created by man or human. They are a universal law that is everywhere in the universe. So every concept, every idea, the natural rhythm, like the tide goes in, the tide goes out, there is a natural rhythmic law to the universe. This is where Napoleon Hill's Think and Grow Rich came out of. This is where the principles of thinking under results came out of. Because when you understand and play by these universal laws, your life can live and operate and flow in that ease and flow of the laws. And one of those laws that Annie's chatting about there is the law of cause and effect. And it simply means that you are the cause and the effect is what's coming back to you. So if you are selling something or selling a product or selling programs or selling any kind of aspect and asking someone for an energetic exchange of money, I want you to pause for a second and just ask yourself, how many times have I spent money on me, on developing me, on products from other people?
Yeah.
Because if you are in that thing where you're not willing to spend money on yourself, then you've closed your gate, you've closed up receiving.
Yeah.
So it's really important for people to understand, and that's what you're going, and we're going to go so much deeper. But I just wanted to point that out because even if this is making you feel uncomfortable about free or asking for money, I want you to just simply, if you can, stay in the room.
Yeah.
Be open-minded and pay attention to where that energetic feeling is in your body, because the number one universal law of the universe that dictates everything in every single aspect of our world, our results, regardless of who we are, where we're from, is the law of vibration. So whatever vibration, whatever energy, whatever emotion you're feeling right now, whether it's discomfort, whether it's they're talking rubbish, whether it's, oh, I've heard this before, or whether it's I completely agree or I get it, it's still an energy, and that energy is triggering in you something to work on, something to release, something to pay attention to. So there's always a lesson or a blessing in this. So I just wanted to point that out. Are you set up and ready to go, Annie?
Yep. I'm ready. Thanks for setting this scene for me as well. it's definitely helpful.
Great.
So Loic, I see you. Michael, so thanks for joining us. Sweeney, Anna, I've seen you before. So Byron, glad you're here. I'm just following you, Anna. So Promise, welcome as well. Many new people. Jack, I see you as well. Thank you for joining us. So the amazing finance queen Leah is here. Always gives me joy. If you want to make money work for you. She has all the strategies there are. My friend Keisha, doing the same room till morning this last night, so I'm glad you're here as well. And one of the greatest storytellers on LinkedIn, Mr. Kelly Gilbert, the one determined vegan, is here as well. You must know about his book, How Plants Saved My Life. He's definitely one that you want to talk to live a healthier lifestyle, to get holistic well-being support. Robinson, I see you, my brother. Welcome. So Dwight, glad you're here. Mike, when you're here, I can relax a bit. Sandra, great to meet you. So my friend Anne, Esume, DM away Esume. Rahul, I see you too. And one of my favorite friends on LinkedIn, Marsha, glad you're here. Now we call her the angel of LinkedIn because she's the angel of LinkedIn. Literally, she's there for everyone. I would say single moms, the elderly, people who need care, people homeless. Marsha works with all of them. She puts herself out there for everyone who might need help. I go all day for the woman because she is that compassionate and she's that kind in what she does. And of course, Lolette find a way to sneak on stage. Lolette, have you sneaked on stage? But don't worry about it. It's fine. You stay there quietly. It's all right. No, don't speak like that. It's fine. Hide in plain sight is fine. Only we can see you really. Anyway,
You're
no.
funny.
One of my favorite humans is Nolette. So, look, let me talk about this. I'm sure Nolette will agree with me about the point. So the way this room tends to work, is that I'll introduce the topic as I'm going to do now, and then we're going to hand it over to you to come and share with us your thoughts. We'd love to know your thoughts. Then we only give you one side of the picture. What do you think? What we say, what we mention, what we suggest work for you in your life and your business? I always say we draw the picture, you bring the color. So prepare to come and share with us how you really see this issue. This issue of working for free, I think, is one of the most damaging things that we can do to ourselves in business. Of course, there are times when we might do things for free. We might create a free offer, for example, to try and draw people into our business. Maybe to our website, maybe to connect to DM us, or to connect with us, give us an email address. There's things that we can know. So there's things that we can do for free. But in essence, offering our services for free is one of the craziest ideas that we can ever do. Again, there's a place for working for no money. I'm not saying be money hungry. I'm not saying love money above all else. That's not it at all. It's not that. I think there is a sense of ourselves, a sense of value, a sense of who we are, a sense of our ambition, a sense of our goals, a sense of how we see what we do. In putting a number on it. As a business, it's hard to grow anything with zero, right? I'll explain more of that before I get to the end. I say working for no money is not a problem. Many of us do service swaps, for example. So you can easily leverage, your skills and someone else's skills to get an advantage for your business. I've always loved doing service swaps. With the right people, it's probably one of the biggest secrets in business. You have to find the right people who you do for them, they do for you, and everyone wins. And the reason everyone wins is because you're getting something out of that deal as well. It's not just them getting out of you. Whereas, when you're working for free, you're just giving away, and there's very often very little return. Of course, that's what I say about people who might be, who might be able to work for free. Maybe we can't forget volunteers. I just mentioned Marsha, but she's not free. I assure you. She gets paid for what she does. But volunteers might go out there. They might do stuff for people because then they know that they're going to get paid, for what they do when they have more skills, for example, or the right job position. So it's very different to, let's say, delivering our business service or products for free or for a very low price. So when you do that, literally, you are as good as destroying your soul and killing your business. I don't say that lightly. I truly believe that. Now, the reason I believe that is simply, I'm like all of you. Every small business has their own issues when they start. You think, okay, I've got ambitions, I've got goals, I want to get big, I want to make X amount of money, pay myself, Y amount, and everything, my family's going to be happy, I'm going to be able to go on holidays, blah, 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 all those big dreams. When your business plan meets potential customers, it's like a reality check. Literally, it's in my world, I've been in business 10 years. And it's taking me till now. I'm still working on it as we speak. As Donna mentioned, Donna being my mindset coach. She knows that my struggles, with free. I kept telling myself, they can't afford what I do. So I just, I just show them. I'll do one room with them free. I'll do one room with them free, and then one becomes two, then becomes three, becomes four. A simple reality is that it's dawned on me that doing all these things free for people is killing me more than it's killing me at without any there's no doubt about it at all. It's literally killing me, literally. I'm trying to find a way to sort of give you a good picture of what happened. So in my life, my clients pay for me to be in the audio rooms. They pay for me to host the rooms with them. My clients pay for me to plan the audio rooms and to fill the rooms with them or for them. Okay, so I've got people who pay me to do audio rooms, and then there's those who come along with, I can't really afford to pay you. Can we do a room, please? Now, before I would say yes, of course, let's do a room. Let's get that. Yeah, I'll do a room with you. So very soon, you realize I'm doing lots of audio rooms. I spent thousands of hours on audio rooms, in last year and a half. Thousands of hours, literally. If I'm doing 5 events a day, I've spent a long time in audio rooms. And literally only a fraction of the people are paying me. After a while, you sort of think, what's going on here? Because the people that are not paying, it's not because they can't pay. It's because they don't see the point of paying. They think they don't have to pay. They truly believe that, well, he'll do it free, wouldn't he? It's doing it free already, so what's the problem? See, as someone who does what I do, someone who's rather good at what I do, someone who's got a team of staff that I have to pay to fill these rooms, to do the work we do, there's a feeling that comes over you when you're working on a client who's paying you and a client whose work is free. So I'm working with Jim, I'm working with Kim, right? Kim, Jim's paying, Kim's not. There's a feeling of resentment that suddenly comes over me when I think, right, why am I working Kim's room again? This is just for now fictitious names, by the way. So if I know that anyone called Jim and Kim, it's not about them. I'm just giving you an example. Nothing can explain that resentment that comes where you think you're being mugged off by people who can pay, should pay, but just don't appreciate you enough. Now, it's taking me till now to literally get resentful enough to say, right, people like Kim, off you go, away you go, goodbye. I refuse to work with you because clearly you don't appreciate me for what I do. You don't appreciate what I bring to the table. Whereas for the gyms in this world who are willing to pay me, I happily do more. I happily give them more service, more support, more love, and the results that we will tend to get more, more results for Jim's business. Everyone's happy then. I might go the extra mile and tell you. So once I realized this issue, I remember me and Donna they were talking one day. I was like, Donna, I get it. Suddenly, I can't keep doing this free stuff. She's like, yeah, I know. Literally, I know. Donna, you tell them what's the problem we're going free.
I am absolutely loving this, and I am getting some phenomenal DMs from people in the room here sharing their own stories and their own insights. So, folks, this is universal, it's worldwide. There is no one obsolete unless you have come from a money mindset of that you're surrounded in this from an early informative age where it's this attitude thing, it's a process that's deeply ingrained. A lot of us have a lot of baggage, a lot of concepts about self-worth, being enough, being allowed to understand what our value is. For starters, one of the phenomenal people highlighted that as well. Because especially if you're starting out in business and especially if it's something new. I was a nurse for over 15 years and transferring from physical into coaching in that sense and deciding what were you worth or what were you doing. But I have spent thousands upon thousands, well over 50,000 euros, so nearly 90,000 Australian dollars and more at the beginning and onward. And I will continue to invest in me firstly, because if you're not investing in yourself first, how do you expect others to want to invest in you? Which is that point that goes back into the law of cause and effect. And so many of us have this thing. That's why I asked you, notice your feelings from a neutral point of view on this call, whatever topic, whatever sentence, whatever language is used. Just pay attention to the voice within you. What's coming back for you? Is it a sneer? Is it, yeah, really, I do this for free because, and a justification? Is there a bit of ego coming in? Or is it that thing of, oh, am I afraid to shine my light? Am I afraid to put a number on my worth, on my wealth, on my value? Because what does this say about me? But what does it say about you if you're consistently asking for free? And the phenomenal Scott will let you share shortly when Annie's finished his run, because Scott just shared a phenomenal story with me. The more stuff that you put out there for free, folks. Now, I have free stuff. You can go in and check out a Facebook group that has old recordings, old services, old things, or if I'm sharing different tools. It's given it to you as a seed, as a stepping stone in that process. But I do paid one-to-one energetic work, paid 4-week program, which Annie was saying is coming up next week. I do a 6-month paid service and coaching because I have invested that money in me. So how crazy would it be if I invested thousands and thousands on me to understand, to learn, and I live this way every day? How crazy would it be for me to turn around to somebody and say, hey, do you want my services and all the money, all the time, all the energy, all the work that I've done on myself? Would you like me to hand it over for free? And the thing is, folks, people who pay attention.
Yeah.
And I want to show of hands in the room. How many of you have got something for free and not paid attention to the content? You've downloaded it, you've got it, but you haven't gone through it. It's still in your inbox. You still haven't read it.
No.
How many people have done that? There's a free webinar. I've done it. There's a free masterclass, and you're like, yeah, I'll check that out. But it's sat in your inbox. You've never opened it. And even in the split second of when you downloaded or registered, you've thought, that would be really good for me. But you've gone on about your day and you've forgotten about it. Now, how many people have paid for something? And the more you pay, the more you pay attention. Yeah. Because you have opened your wallet, you've opened that money energetic exchange in your mind. So in your logic, you're going, hell yeah, I'm going to be there because I paid the money. So it would be crazy for me not to go to this. It would be crazy for me not to take notes. It would be crazy for me not to implement the tools because I paid for this. True. Show of hands, can you see the big difference? Seriously. In your energy here, in your feeling, when you receive something for free and when you pay for something? Internally, you can feel that difference clearly. And if you go back to the number one universal law, that law of vibration, when you're in that vibration, in that feeling of this is going to be really good, I'm going to get value out of this. We go into another law, the law of assumption. When you assume something and be in and be present for that content, you're more open to receiving the download, you're more open to receiving the education on that to elevate you to another level. Whereas if you're consistently getting stuff for free, it is mentally cluttering your inbox. It's also mentally cluttering your mind. It's also mentally cluttering your energetic field.
Yeah. Well, it
really and then you have this overwhelm of all the freebie stuff, and then it's putting you in an energy. It goes back in that circle, doesn't it?
It really does.
And you've had phenomenal shifts actually in your business, in what you share, in what you charge, and you have the right people coming to you now, which is phenomenal.
See, that's the part I don't think many of us realise. That's the part that's what I realised one day when Donna explained it to me. If you keep doing free, my friends, you attract more free people. When you start charging, you attract people actually willing to pay you. Maybe because they hear from the people who are paying you that you're not free. Maybe because you tell them straight, I'm not free. But literally, do more free, you get more free to do. And I'll come to explain why zero is zero, and it is zero, right? Let's understand that. Don't know. Do I get it? Core, do I get it? I was living month to month. Of course, I was down. Some months I do all right. Many months I do just fine for my paying clients. But still, like everyone else in this room, you worry. You think, if one client doesn't pay, what am I going to do? Something you could, the numbers gets all screwed up. I told you I got staff to pay, right? Now, just by simply charging something from everyone I work with, I can see my staff being paid for the next 3 months already. That's the difference between charging something. It's just something. Now I'm going to charge more and more and more because I'm going to charge what I'm worth. And then my business will, takeoff doesn't even explain. I'm saying my business will be a dream. The dream that I had when I started my business in the first place. I do what I do I do what I do very well, and we get paid for it. Our clients get value. They get the results they want. I get the business I want. I can do stuff with my family. I can do stuff with my staff. I can do stuff full stop. The joy that comes from knowing that I'm being paid by everyone who I work with, I tell you, it changes. Your energy. That's your word done now. So it changes your life, literally. It's such a good thing. It's such a good place to be. Let me break down quickly now before my time goes. I want to hear from you, like I said. Juliet, I see you. One of my great new clients, not on free, not on free at all. Now, Juliet is quite happy to pay. See, that's one of those we were attracted with our new way of looking at things. So Sandra, I see you as well. So the superstar Linda Gray's here with us. Always grateful. Tonya, I see you. Robinson. The artist friend Deirdre, to Valerie, Terence, Sakshi, Grace, Dr. Gwendoline, Asume, you all deserve a special mention. So Dr. Sherry, glad you're here. We're meeting tomorrow, a couple of days' time. So I can't wait to meet you properly. Claudia, mental health expert as well. I'm glad you're here. So like say that there was something to doing free that literally means, your client gets what you do for nothing. You see, when you do things for free, what you're saying to people unconsciously, without intending to do so, basically you send this message to them saying, you know what I do has no financial value. It's almost worth less. And believe you me, that's bad for you. It's bad for your soul. It's bad for your whole profession. It's bad for anyone who does what you do. Because now this person will go around going, oh, well, I'm not paying for it. Why would I pay someone for it? The idea of them paying someone for what you do now becomes, in their mind, a loss. It will never be worth it because I've got it for free. You see, deep down, I know everything about working for free. See, working for free, those who are willing to do business for free, I think deep down it suggests that you can't be bothered to work out how to give people value. You haven't thought, what do I need to do to really help my clients, the people I exist to serve? If it's free, no one's going to come to you and say, well, it hasn't worked. No one's going to come to you and say, I'm disappointed in what you've done because it's free. You'll be like, you're not paying me. Why do I have to deliver anything? It's free. So I'm sure that's not how you see your business, is it, really? There must be a benefit to doing business with you, buying from you, using your products and services. If there isn't, there's no point in being in business. As I've mentioned many times, that working for free sets your working charges at zero. When you've got zero revenue, zero income, you have zero profits, you have zero business growth. Literally you have zero, zero, zero. Everything's zero. Because nothing happens from zero. You see, when we try and turn that zero into a number, you might say to this client of yours later on, you have to pay me, right? And they'll be like, what? Really? No, I refuse. Because they get comfortable paying you nothing. The hardest thing to do in business is to move from freemium to premium. I've said this maybe 3 times today because it's true. Trying to go from someone who's not paying you to someone who wants to pay you is the hardest job there is. As Donna just mentioned, many of us get freebies. If they come back and said, "Well, now you have to pay us," you'd be like, "No, I'm off." You don't want to be in that place. It's not good for any of us. We have to realize zero can't stay. You can't run a business on zero. Think of the time that you spend when you work when you work with someone. The time you spend, your skills that you expend. Surely your time is valuable. Surely what you do makes a difference to their lives. All that charging means is that you're exchanging your time and skills for a fair price, whatever that looks like. Working for free steals your time. It robs you of your joy. It's a ridiculous way to go, my friends. That's when I say soul destroying, I literally mean it's soul destroying. Whereas to flip that to go back to feeling joy in your business is such a small tweak. And maybe again, maybe the truth is that it comes down to you valuing yourself. You truly seeing the value of what you do. And then when someone says, "I want to work with you," there's a number for that. There is a price. Rather than trying to bluff your way through it and say nothing, just to keep the peace and to get this person to work with you. You can't build a business on nothing at all. On a small amount, you can begin to think differently. On the right amount, my friends, we're all in business to build a dream, build a life. We must get to that place.
And could I add on?
Please, feel free.
Sorry.
Feel free.
Yeah, sorry, I just want to add on there, folks, because the logic comes out and the educated mind comes out, and then it's figuring out the how, or it's looking at different ways of, well, they do this and even me and Annie are doing this, and this is, you can call it free, you can call it complimentary, you can call it a discovery, but it's about not just saying, right, okay, so everybody that has something that you don't pay to get on, well, they're doing it free, so is that not a contradiction?
No.
And because I'm sharing this, folks, because I like to think outside the box and put myself in other people's shoes that are experiencing this audio event or experiencing a 3-day event or experiencing something else. Because there's different ways of ticking this. Change your free to complimentary.
Yeah.
Change it to a discovery. Change it to a seed planting.
Mm-hmm.
It's your rationale and your assumption, your power of something. And the reason, Annie, that I'm highlighting this is because me and Annie do these weeks, this audio event once a week, and we started it because we had a message and we wanted to connect, and we absolutely love doing this. It doesn't soul destroy us, it doesn't drain us, it fills up me and Annie's cup.
Yeah.
Because it's an attitude of giving, it's an attitude of gratitude. And we are serving this way. So for us, this isn't a freebie where, oh my God, why are we doing this? What's the point? And nobody's buying off us. The intention of this room is to plant seeds, to get us out there, to spread the message and spread our services. So ask yourself, what is the intention of what you're offering unpaid? Is it so that you can build content that is recorded so that you can reuse it, repurpose to share with people so that they get an insight of you? Well, you do, because I know a lot of people that do 3-day events, but the purpose in that is that over them 3 days, people receive so much value that they understand, okay, I'm ready to go to the next level. And so the translation of that is a lot of people signing up to bigger programs, bigger projects. And even when I do master classes, it's on that, whether they're paid or unpaid. So when you see things, it's not about looking at what other people are doing, but it's about asking yourself, why am I doing this? Do I genuinely feel that I'm not worthy, not good enough? Is that why I'm not charging? Or have I a rationale behind this? Is this an experiment that I'm trying out? And does this translate into a higher transaction for me, higher giving of service? in paid service. Does that make sense, folks?
Yeah.
I just wanted to highlight that, Anna, because I think it's important to see that there is a difference. Do you know what I mean? And it comes back to your self-confidence and worth.
It really does. And I think there's no contradiction there. And anyone who knows me knows I do audio rooms, and one audio room feeds the others. Any of you here could be my customers. Many of you here are my customers for this audio room's sake. Because what's one of the ways you've seen me. Many people will need to see you many times before they say, "Okay, I get it." Now, this is one of those. This is a personal mission, as Donna just said, that we're on. For other rooms that I run that are not personal missions, no, I just told you I charge. Don't charge. If you don't pay me, I'm not coming. As simple as that. Can you do it yourself? Of course you can do it yourself. But I know when I'm there, there's something different happens. I bring my friends and I bring my everything about me. I bring my mindset as well. So it's some things you can do for free. Working for free as a principle, as the way you run your business, is crazy. So I want to finish off quick because I don't want to carry on talking. Seeing my friends in the audience, I'll say one thing for sure. So working for free, it cheats my customers. It cheats those who are paying me. Why they pay me and other people are not paying me? It's not fair. It's not fair on them. So, and so given that it means ultimately I struggle when people don't pay me fairly. It's unsustainable. Full stop. Right. Look. Donna just said this is about you valuing yourself, your products, your service. It's about you believing in yourself. About you believing in what you do. And you believing that you actually have a justification, a reason, something you provide to build that life that you dream of, that life of freedom, that life of peace, that life of whatever it is life you want to design for yourself. Free doesn't design a life for anyone at all. It never has done, never will do. And free, it's unsustainable. Even if you think you're doing it for your clients, my friends, you're not, because ultimately you're going to go bankrupt. Everyone's going to lose out because you can't carry on. Your loved one's going to get even more desperate because you're not providing what you should be providing. Free is never the answer. If someone asks you to do something free, my friends, politely just tell them, no. No, really no. I wish I could help you, but I really can't. Literally, I like you, I respect you. Yes, like I say, you got a choice to go somewhere else, but I can't do it for free because my time is worth something. That's what I can say to you. Let's get that self-confidence. Let's learn to truly value ourselves, and then the results we want in life will come. Now that's me. I've finished my preaching.